Carla, and I'm super excited to be welcoming you to the first annual Mindfulness Expo. And I'm honored to introduce Amparo Rojas. Amparo is a Midwest speaker, certified Reiki healer, and workshop presenter. She is on a mission to embody emotional balance, inner beauty, abundance in life, and consequently inspire those in others. Having grown up at a very young age by bouncing from country to country, being physically and emotionally abused, and having a multi-year relationship fall apart while dealing with her self-worth problems, she had made it to her rock bottom. But then she turned her life around. While at the yoga festival, Amparo discovered malas, a string of gemstones traditionally used during meditation practice. Soon, Amparo was reading and researching the healing properties behind the gemstones and then opened her business, Worn Intentions, which is her passion and the missing piece to a more purposeful life. One thing led to another, and soon she discovered herself surrounded by yoga, meditation, spiritual healing practices, and infinite love. Amparo's mission is to share her passion, and she guides people through their own exploration towards a journey of self-love and inner peace. Through Worn Intentions, she designs and creates handmade jewelry that inspires feelings of love, peace, and beauty, both inside and out. So without further ado, please help me welcome Amparo.
Hello. I don't know how to even start this. I kind of was like secretly hoping for like 20 people. I have really bad stage fright, so that's the way to break the ice. But my name is Amparo Rojas, and before we go ahead and begin this workshop, I really invite you to just drop into this very present moment and let go of anything that has happened to you today. As much as I would love to tell you that I'm here to teach you crystals and Reiki, I'm really not. I'm here to guide you through your own journey of self-love. So my purpose for this workshop is a little bit different. We're going to be doing small, short meditations, and then I did deliver some small crystals to every single table. I believe in the power of community. So what we're going to do is at the very end, we're going to have a small meditation with the table and the people and the souls that you're currently with. And we're going to seal this workshop by allowing you to go through your own journey of self-love. Okay? So, awesome. So, like I said, my name is Amparo Rojas. 3 years ago, when my spiritual awakening began, go ahead and turn this off. So 3 years ago, when my spiritual awakening began, I was introduced to holistic approaches, holistic healings, crystals, Reiki. I had really no clue what they would do to me at that time. But it felt good and it felt right. So I continued with Reiki, I continued with crystals. I started my own business, which is gemstone jewelry. What I do is I create handmade gemstone jewelry, but I keep the energies of the stone. So whatever intention you are calling in for yourself, whether it's letting go or calling in a new energy, these crystals are conscious beings that are allowing you to amplify the energy that you're carrying. So, who here has heard of Reiki? No pressure, awesome, thank you. Who here has heard of crystals? Beautiful. Who here has never heard of crystals or Reiki? Ooh, yes. Yes, 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 awesome. So what we're gonna do is, before the workshop gets started, I'm gonna have you close your eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and ask you to keep your eyes closed. And I want you to take in a couple of deep breaths. and begin to let go of any energies that do not need to be here in this very present moment. Let go of your shoulders. Let go of any energy that is just continuously holding you back from being present. Let go of anything that has possibly happened to you today, maybe during traffic, maybe at home. Maybe there's an energy that keeps lingering around and you're finally ready to let it go. And with this short meditation, what I am asking for you to do is to go into the world of your inner thoughts. And everything that you have been taught and told up until this very present moment, just kind of let go of it for right now. I invite you to keep an open mind and an open heart for whatever messages are being delivered to you today. I'm a person that does not believe in coincidence, and I'm a person that believes that every single soul here is meant to have a message. But it's only when you let go of the way that you've always taught, or of the way of thinking, and you can truly open your heart and your mind to a new way of seeing, of feeling, is that when those messages are being delivered to you. So go ahead and just come present in this very moment, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. So the reason why my workshop is called The Journey to Self-Love is because from the ages to 5 to 28, I have been either physically, emotionally abused, raped, hit. I've bounced from country to country, never had my mom, never had my dad. I was an alcoholic. I relied a lot on pills to numb the pain, to numb everything that I was personally going through. I bounced from relationship to just keep myself from actually thinking about what I was going through. And then 3 years ago, like I mentioned, I went to a yoga and art retreat here in California. And I was introduced to crystals, and a friend told me, about the healing energies. And I really didn't believe in it. But I kind of just said, I'll go along with it. Meditation, yoga, that's in. I'll put these in my life. But the more I tapped into them, the more I tapped into the crystals and the magic that they carry, the more I realized that it's something far greater than I could have ever imagined. These crystals are from the earth, and they are conscious beings. They carry energy. And up until now, powerful people like Bruce Lipton and Joe Dispenza, are teaching us that we're not really physical beings, we're energy beings. We're energy beings playing in a world of energy. And the energy that you hold within, these crystals will only amplify. So when I discovered that I held the power to heal my mind, my body, and my soul, I knew that I wanted to keep these crystals even closer to me, right? So I started my healing journey, and I would play around with them. I would bring in maybe like a clear quartz, which a clear quartz is a stone of manifestation, of amplifying energies. And I would sit there and I would just look at it, and then I would call in the intention that I had for myself. So I would say, I want self-love. I would carry the crystal with me, and then I would just allow it to do its magic. And then over time, I just realized that my world was just becoming a brand new one. So that's exactly what happens on a journey of self-love, is that when you begin to love yourself and when you begin to heal yourself internally with these holistic approaches like Reiki and crystals, you begin to experience a world far beyond what you could have ever experienced. Every single person you come in contact with, they're beautiful. Their energy is beautiful. You begin to see a world of love. You begin to experience food so delicious. The sounds are so amazing because it's the energy and the frequency that you are holding within. So as far as Reiki goes, we all have Reiki healing energies from the very first day we have been born. So the only reason why we can't drop in to believe that, it's because of the diminish of society that is forcing us to believe that we need healed, that we need to go to a doctor to get a prescription, that we need someone to fix us. So over time, we forget that ultimately we have the power to create and do and manifest anything that we wish to do. So Reiki is an inherent part of our physical being. It's always within you, you're always tapped into it, and the only purpose for you to get an attunement or for you to get certified by a practitioner, which is very important to do, but the purpose of that is to just teach you how you can work with the energy of Reiki and heal yourself or begin to guide others on their healing journey. The reason why I decided to incorporate crystals with Reiki is because, like I mentioned, you hold a frequency to whatever you want to have within. And then these crystals will amplify that energy for you. So in the 1800s, when Reiki was actually discovered by Japanese monk Mikao Usui, spiritual practitioners from all over the world wanted to make it their quest so they can reintroduce this to people. So as of right now, what I want you to really welcome in, and anything that does not resonate with you, that's completely fine. Go ahead and take what does. What doesn't, just let it go, right? Like I mentioned earlier, messages are being delivered to you, whatever you decide to see. So whatever energy you are holding within, you will only amplify. And that's the importance of Reiki, because you have the holistic way to heal yourself. And what I mean by healing yourself is just taking away every single layer that society has told you that you need to have, every single armor that society told you need to have. And essentially what you are doing with Reiki is that you are welcoming yourself back home. You are going back to your true essence. You are removing the layers and the sheddings of all the wounds and all the trauma and all the emotions and all the thoughts and words that people have subconsciously, I don't believe people do things with bad intention, but subconsciously we have put on other people. So I would love for someone, whoever wants to volunteer. I'm going to do a Reiki session. Awesome. So I know you had your hand up first, so go ahead and come up. Yes, him. Yes, yeah. So I'm gonna show you what a Reiki session looks like. And then you can just lay your head over here. So how do you channel Reiki energy? So when I first started this workshop, I said go ahead and keep a clear mind, right? Because what I've learned on my journey is that the things that don't make sense are actually the most powerful. And when you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone, magical things will happen for you. The only problem problem, it's not the word problem, the only challenge is that sometimes our ego is just wants to keep us safe. But when you can just step right outside of that fine line, there's a world so fucking powerful. All you have to do is just lean in, okay? All right, so this is a Reiki session, what it would essentially look like. And the person just lays, and all you have to do is call in for source. There's different words to this, you know, it's God. I believe it's God. I believe it's a power much greater than us. Some people say higher force. Some people say source. Some people say a higher power, spirit. It's whatever you want it to be, because at the end of the day, like I mentioned earlier, this is about you. This is not about other people, right? So you call in whatever you want to call in, and then you channel the energy. So essentially, the simplest way of remembering Reiki is Reiki. Envision a light or a ray of light flooding through the cosmos, through your entire being, and making its way to the heart key, so Reiki. And then all you have to do is, as the person having a healing session, is call in, and then the body, the vessel, the practitioner, the Reiki healer, the teacher, the guide, however you want to call it, will channel through the energy, and the energy will make its way to wherever it needs to go in. And a lot of the benefits of Reiki is it releases emotional stress. It releases any negative energy that does not need to be there. This can be physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, which is probably one of the most important. It will bring up emotions that need to be released. And not only that, it's so powerful that it will actually transmit positive energy. So with one healing session, you will begin to feel lighter. What is the purpose of healing yourself? Is to only shed away energy that does not need to be there, so you can create more space for what needs to be there. So when you do have a Reiki session, experience a lot of shedding, which is completely normal, but that's what's the great part about it, because you'll welcome in new experiences, new people, you'll feel lighter, you won't be carrying that emotional, physical pain or spiritual pain, because you have been taking away those parts of you. That was my boyfriend calling, so. What great timing. What great timing.
Well, it's going well.
Yeah. I'm kidding. So awesome. So, like I mentioned, he has called in Reiki, and he put his hand up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and channel the energy. So typically what I do is I will cleanse out his entire being. Usually I do sage, because sage is the one that will eliminate the negative energies. And then I'm going to go ahead and do Palo Santo right now. Palo Santo is just a very holy wood. It's used by shamans, and the potency of it is very, very powerful. So the reason why I do that is because I'm a woman who believes that you should be the best version of you. So I really want to create Reiki sessions that aren't just healing you. They're pretty much pushing you into your higher self, right? We're all here to shine. We're not here to be dimmed. So right here with him, what I'm doing is I'm just cleansing his entire area. You can go ahead and close your eyes if you're ready and just fall into the present moment. And usually with Reikis, there's a couple of symbols. One really powerful is Chokurei. So I'll do my symbol, and then that's just really calling in higher force, a higher power, to go ahead and do its thing through our session. the person's physical being. So if it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and place my hands over you. And then usually what I do, like I mentioned earlier, I'll open up my crown chakra and envision the life force flowing through. So if you've done Reiki, you know when it's here. It just clicks. You can like feel your entire energy just vibrating, emitting love. You can never have a Reiki practitioner give you negative energy in your being because the force is just love. Intentional, pure love energy. And I believe that when you hold true to your energy and your frequency, no negative energy can come within because you are so powerful that negative energy cannot come within you. So even as a Reiki practitioner, I don't believe that you can transmit negative energy because like I said, this is not about you. This is not about us humans. This is about something far greater than us. And that something far greater than us, I don't believe, is out to hurt us. The energy will make its way to wherever it needs to go. So if he has any emotional unresolved issues, the energy will know. If he has any physical pain that he hasn't even tapped into, the energy will know, and it will go right through him. And I'm sensing that he has a lot of really beautiful energy with him. So usually what I do is intuitively take the crystals, which amplify that energy. So this is selenite. Selenite is a stone that connects you to your higher power, to your third eye, to anything spiritual. So what I do is I'll intuitively take the crystal and then just place it on his third eye, which will amplify that energy for him. I'm also sensing for him that he might need a little bit more joy in his life. So I'm going to take the citrine, which is a stone of happiness and joy, and I'm going to place it on his sacral chakra, and his sacral chakra will open that up for him to receive that energy within him. So chakras are energy centers that we have in our physical being. And sometimes when a chakra is not aligned or when it's closed off, we have a little bit more of a challenge for whatever we're trying to welcome in because it's not fully open. So my intention through this Reiki healing for him is to open up his sacral chakra so it's aligned and the energy of joy and happiness and radiance can flood through him. And usually when I'm the practitioner doing the Reiki, I always have my hands on them, or I can always I don't have to physically have my hands on them. The energy is just so much far greater than I am. I also do Reiki sessions from afar. So I actually just moved from Indiana to San Diego 2 months ago. And I have a couple of friends back in Indiana that have me do the Reiki sessions for them. So what we do is we set a time and a date, and then I go into my space, and then they go into their space, and then I'm channeling energy through the quantum field. So does anyone who's familiar with the quantum field? Beautiful. So the 3D world is the world we're currently in, right? It's the physical material world, and the quantum field is the 5D. So the 5D is the field of energy, where we play with energy. When you manifest in the quantum field, because you're manifesting from your soul being aligned into that frequency. When you're not manifesting, so for all of you crazy woo-woo manifestors, if you're not manifesting, it's because you're not manifesting in the quantum field. You have to set yourself aside and play energetically and manifest from that point. It's a frequency, it's an energy. You manifest through energy and soul. You can't manifest through physical being because that's the ego. So the purpose of all of that is because when you can play in the world of energy, it's a lot lighter. I myself never used to believe in this until I had a Reiki session that really opened up my eyes. I had a woman who was recovering from breast cancer, and she uncovered her shirt and her entire breast was deep, dark purple, like a plum. And I was very hesitant on doing Reiki with her because, like I mentioned, I was not fully 100 or 1,000% into it. But when I did that Reiki session, I actually had a vision of her dad coming in and telling me that I had been sent to her house to guide her in her healing process. And the next day when she called me crying because her entire bruise was gone. That's when I was like, oh shit, this does work. So right now, even if I don't have my hands on him, I'm still channeling. It's still as potent. It's still as powerful. And he has a lot of really good energy. And not that if you don't have a lot, it's not as amazing. It's actually probably even more amazing. Because the transformation that you go through in just one Reiki session, it's really, really powerful. It's just a holistic way of healing yourself. That's pretty much what it is. It's a holistic way of healing yourself. And like I mentioned earlier, whatever does not resonate with you, just go ahead and leave it behind. But I truly believe that we have the power to heal ourselves. We do. The reason why my workshop is called Self-Love is because, like I mentioned earlier, I had to go through my own healing journey. I had to go inward and love myself. And when you begin that journey, you can go out into the world and guide. We're not here to teach, we're here to guide. I'm not doing anything. It's the power that is channeling through. I'm not manipulating anything. I'm not telling him he needs healed. I'm not telling him what he needs. I'm just channeling through the messages that are coming through. So that's one thing that I've ran into a lot of holistic guides. And I've gotten myself into trouble with this. But I'm not here to teach, we are here to guide. The purpose of our healing journeys is to help accelerate people's healing journeys. We're not here to fix people, we're here to guide. So usually the Reiki session will last, I love 45 minutes, just so you can get into the sacred space and drop in and be very present with yourself. Usually for the first 25 minutes, there's a lot of thoughts that are running through your head. believe that it takes a little bit, like meditation and mindfulness, for you to drop in and let the ego go. And then the Reiki session ends by just me cleansing out any energy, and you always want to let it go. When I discovered self-love, and when I discovered how beautiful the world is, how beautiful the world is, I knew that I wanted to make it my mission out into the world and just drop little seeds for people. Because, like I mentioned earlier, if you come with an open mind and an open heart, and you let go of the way you've been taught and trained to think, and to feel, and to listen and experience, it's going to be a little challenging. But your soul has to be far stronger to fight for a life that's so much more magical and powerful. It's almost like you standing on stage and there's a curtain in front of you, and the hardest part is to pull the curtain open, because you know that if you pull the curtain, you're going to be exposed to your true self. But being exposed to your true self and walking your soul back home is going to be one of the most powerful things you can do, because you're going to shine so bright and so strong, and you have to be able to tap into that and to hold that power. That's why I believe that holistic healing is a need in your life. That's why I believe that mindfulness and meditation is a must in your life. They should just be tools so you can hold on to that bright light that you carry within. No one on this earth is any more special than anyone else, and you will get to experience that when you allow your shine to light, you're really allowing everyone else's light to shine as well. And I believe, like I mentioned earlier, in the power of a collective healing. So now that you know a little bit more of what Reiki is, and now you know a little bit more of what crystals are, what I'm going to have you guys do is you're going to go through your own little journey of self-love. So the meditation is going to look a little bit like this. There's a crystal at the center of the table, and what I want is, not one, if you wish to, play along. The person in the center is going to hold that rose quartz. So rose quartz is a stone of unconditional love. It's a stone of unconditional love for yourself and unconditional love for others. And what I would love for you to do is hold the next, if you don't know him or you know them, whatever, I want you guys to hold hands. And And then we're going to drop into this very moment and we're going to close our eyes. And then we're going to do our own Reiki healing session right here. So you're going to close your eyes and then you're going to go ahead and envision the ray of light flooding through the cosmos to your crown chakra, opening up your head like a lotus blossom, blossoming petal after petal. And you're going to envision that beam going through your third eye to your throat chakra and then going to your heart. And you're going to fall into that feeling of love that is lingering around your heart. And you're going to tap into that rose quartz crystal and call in the energy of love to flood in through your heart. And you're going to take it even a little bit deeper and you're going to envision that loving energy emanating from your heart to the person next to you. And then the person next to them. And then you're going to take it even a little bit deeper and envision that love energy being one in the very center of this room, connecting every single soul in this room. If you have any questions, just go ahead and raise your hand. If not, I'm sure I've already met a lot of you. I do crystal jewelry, so I do have my booth. If you have any personal questions or anything, you're more than welcome to stop by and ask me any questions that you might have. Okay? Yeah. Yes. So I don't have a personal practice, but a lot of my friends have community practices. So it's community healing. Yes, you can. Whenever you're doing Reiki, you never experience any less energy within. It's always energy that is flowing through you. You're only the vessel, so you can heal a community of people. Yes. So even me finishing up, I held my hands and I channeled energy, and every single person received that intentional love. Yeah. Distance. So distance is actually really powerful because you can play in the quantum field. That person just takes themselves into the world of energy and you're in the world of energy, and it's same exact magic. Yes, so distant, you just set a time and a space and a date, and then that person can take themselves into their room or into their house and just lay down and like envision like they're in or on their bed. And then I'm on the other end doing the same exact session. So what it would look like is the same exact setup except the physical being. I just have the energy of them, and then I'm actually still channeling through as if they were here, but they're not physically here. Yes. Yes. Huh? What? No, I don't. It happens a lot, but that's actually really good. Yeah. Yeah, no, I have a lot of people who fall asleep, which is perfectly normal because we've never been trained to relax our bodies. So when you lay down and you relax, that's what happens, yeah. Okay, awesome. You can get that on Spotify, and it's called Devi Prayer. It's D-E-V-I Prayer. It's a Hindu mantra. Yeah, so all the music that I play is Hindu. Yes. Yeah, so I am actually a self-love coach. So I take men and women on journeys of self-love. And what we do is that we actually go into your soul and we look at all the trauma and wounds and the old programming that you've been carrying it. So we put in a new one. So it's through daily practices, yoga, meditation, Reiki, crystals, and what we do is we heal the trauma and the wounds. What I like to do is that we actually take that story and we turn it into a really powerful story. One that you can share with the world on a very emotional, powerful level. So I do that, yes. Yeah. So I can give you pamphlets. If you go to my booth, I have all the listings of what I do. So what I do is that I take you through a self-love journey, right? So we release all the trauma, all the emotions, we crack open your shell, and it just we heal it. Your soul, we heal it. I incorporate crystals because I believe that accelerates the path, but you don't have to if you don't wish to. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Awesome. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Please have a wonderful day. Thank you.